Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a big Lakers fan. We're gonna be talking about the possibility of Andre Drummond wearing the purple and gold. When talking about this year's NBA trade deadline, Andre Drummond is actually a very popular target when it comes to a big man that could potentially be on the move. And with the Lakers planning on being aggressive this season, I wouldn't be surprised if getting Andre Drummond is something on their checklist. So if you're a big Lakers fan and approve this move and want to know how they can get him, you're gonna love this video. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about Andre Drummond.
Since the trade for Jarrett Allen, there's been a lot of chatter about what that means for you. It means you're going to get traded, or it means your future in Cleveland is over. That's what everybody has been saying. Mm-hmm. Did that in any way motivate you or play a role in what happened tonight?
No, for me, I play the same way each and every night. The trade, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about that. If I do get traded, I don't control that either. I'm just here to play basketball with whatever jersey I have on. So that's all I can focus on right now.
After watching this interview, honestly, I'm very impressed by Andre Drummond. From what he is saying, Andre Drummond knows his role, knows his situation, and is ready and willing to accept whatever the outcome may be. We all know what recently happened in the NBA, the big James Harden trade, and a part of that trade was the Brooklyn Nets sending Jarrett Allen to the Cavaliers to simply make that deal work for the Rockets. After that trade happened, a lot of speculation began as people, fans, and NBA analysts are saying that the Cavs are focusing their future on Jarrett Allen and not caring that much about Andre Drummond at all. With Andre Drummond currently being in his final year of his contract of $28 million, if the Cavaliers feel that Andre Drummond will not be re-signing with them in this upcoming offseason, they're going to try to be as aggressive as possible this NBA trade deadline to try to get the best assets possible for Andre Drummond instead of losing him for nothing. When talking about Andre Drummond this year, he has been an absolute monster. He's averaging 18.5 points, 15.1 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.6 steals, 1.4 blocks, shooting a total of 47% at the field goal, and actually shooting better at the free throw line than last year of 60%. As I make this video, it's actually surprising how good the Cavaliers are doing right now. They're actually the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference and have a record of 10-11. The Cavaliers aren't doing amazing, but they're not doing bad. Because remember, last year, they were one of the worst teams, and honestly, Andre Drummond's impact has been very important. And despite Andre Drummond having such monster stat lines, I sometimes think about why NBA teams quit on him so easily. And honestly, right now in Andre Drummond's career, he might need a fresh start. Andre Drummond claims that whatever jersey he ends up playing in, he's gonna give his 100%, and I believe a lot of NBA teams would love to give Andre Drummond another chance. When talking about the Lakers, I believe they'll be a great team that would love Andre Drummond's addition. As I make this video, the Lakers are actually ranked the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. They have a record of 16-6, and they're actually behind the Clippers and the Utah Jazz, which in my opinion is pretty surprising. Despite the Lakers having such an amazing all-around team, if there's one aspect that we NBA or Lakers fans want the Lakers to get better at, it's definitely at their center position. A big part of why the Lakers were so dynamic last year was their front court of Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, and after getting Montrezl Harrell and Marc Gasol, who are great centers, they're just not great on the defensive end for the Lakers. Everybody wants the Lakers to get at least one more player for their roster, especially a big man, and the rumors of Andre Drummond is slowly beginning because Andre Drummond could potentially be on the market very soon. For this video, I have two scenarios, a best case and a worst case scenario of how the Lakers can ultimately end up getting Andre Drummond. The first case scenario is honestly my personal opinion, and that is the Cavaliers ultimately buying out Andre Drummond. He becomes a free agent and any NBA team can sign him to a cheap deal. As of right now, from what it looks like, Andre Drummond is entering that phase in his career where he has to kind of take a step back, kind of like Carmelo Anthony or even Hassan Whiteside, and just take a small minimum contract, be impactful in a role, and just not go for the big money. With Andre Drummond having no NBA championships, he needs credibility, and playing for a championship team of the Lakers might be the best idea. If somehow, someway, Andre Drummond starts to begin feeling unhappy on Cleveland, and Jarrett Allen, let's say, becomes a starting center, Andre Drummond loses a lot of minutes, maybe he might ask to get bought out, and in that case, I believe joining the Lakers would be a great idea. With the Lakers currently having 14 players on their roster, they have room for one more, and signing Andre Drummond to a cheap deal, if he accepts it, would be something worth doing if it's available. I'll be honest though, if you watch Andre Drummond play, or if you know his personality, I would say he shows a little bit of pride, or even a lot of it, so I'm not sure if Andre Drummond will sign a rest of the year contract for a minimum deal, but honestly, if it's to win an NBA championship and almost guarantee it, I believe Andre Drummond should do it. The Cavaliers buying out Andre Drummond is not impossible, but I'll be honest, it's unrealistic because I believe the Cavs are going to try to trade him to any team to get anything instead of just losing him for cash considerations. Which moves me into my second scenario, and that's a possible trade the Lakers can offer. I believe if the Lakers can offer up Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in exchange for Andre Drummond, this actually might be a deal the Cavaliers will accept. On the Cavaliers' perspective, they'll be getting a young small forward of Kyle Kuzma who can easily start and be their future go-to scorer, and of course getting KCP, a veteran shooting guard who can give some experience to the guards of Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. We all know last year the Cavaliers traded away Brandon Knight and John Henson for Andre Drummond, so getting Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in return, it wouldn't be a bad offer in general. On the Lakers' perspective, they'll be getting Andre Drummond, and I believe if they get Andre Drummond, he could easily and would easily be the starting center over Marc Gasol. Montrezl Harrell will still be the sixth man, and I'd say Marc Gasol will be the third center off the bench, and I believe this is the best case scenario for the Lakers. They'll be getting the league's rebound leader. I'll be honest though, I don't really want the Lakers to trade Kyle Kuzma for Andre Drummond. That is my opinion, but I want to know yours. Do you believe that is a good move? After losing JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, the Lakers need more defense, and with Andre Drummond, a defensive player of the year candidate every single year, getting him would instantly raise their defensive rating. So me making this video about the Lakers going for Andre Drummond is a self-explanatory answer when it comes to the Lakers needing another big man behind Montrezl and Marc Gasol. But if there's other centers that you Laker fans want the Lakers to target, we all know who you guys want. You guys want Dwayne Dedmon right now. He's an available free agent, and I'll be honest, he's the most realistic and the most easy option only because he's not on an NBA team right now. Dwayne Dedmon brings that interior defending, that spread the floor personality that Andre Drummond doesn't bring, and he actually shoots better at the free throw line. But what Dwayne Dedmon doesn't bring is that tough killer personality and that pride that Andre Drummond does. The Lakers are known to be giants, and Andre Drummond would just make them huge. Another center that I know you Laker fans want the Lakers to get is Hassan Whiteside, who is currently on the Sacramento Kings. I'll be honest, he's in the exact same situation as Andre Drummond. He is a player that could potentially be bought out or potentially be traded, but the thing about Hassan Whiteside is that he's actually cheaper. He's currently on a minimum contract, and if the Lakers feel that they can get a better outcome in not losing a lot when trading for Hassan Whiteside instead of Drummond, I believe the Lakers would not pass up that opportunity. But if we're gonna ignore all of the steps to get a specific player, I believe Andre Drummond is the best case scenario. But ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today on the possibility of the Los Angeles Lakers getting Andre Drummond and how they can do it. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Is this likely? Is this possible? Let me know what you guys are thinking. Is Andre Drummond joining LeBron James and Anthony Davis a good move? But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!